Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our second game coming up here. It's going to be Team Liquid versus Team eHug. So we've got our little mini round robin here, whatever you want to call it, the tie-break scenario for Starladder America. The three teams remaining, eHug, Liquid, and CMB, are duking it out for that final slot in the top four to move on to the playoffs of Starladder North America for Season 9. If eHug can win this game, they just beat CNB. If they can take out Liquid, they'll be 2-0, and then our last game between Liquid and CNB won't matter whatsoever, but if Liquid can take a win here, things will be even, and then it will come down to that third game where there's still a chance for things to be even, where we have to move into more tiebreak matches, but there is a chance for this to end early. I am Zyori, and this time we'll be joined by PPB Dota. PPD, Jesus. Peter.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fabulous, except for the little bit of server issues we had in that last game. Hopefully we get a better batch of RNG with this server.
Sure, sure. And so there's more playoff games. If do they play all tonight or do they another day? Or?
Well, things got a little bit confusing because there were originally 4 teams, but
yeah, so Cyrus dropped out.
Yeah, Osiris dropped out. So originally it was going to take 2 days with 3 matches on each day to do the full group stage for this tiebreaker. Now there's a chance to do it in 1 day, but if it ends up being 1 win for each team, like they all beat each other once, then we move into more matches tomorrow, but I'm not sure what the exact plan is, if they just do another mini group and hope for the best, or if it moves into something different. I don't know what comes up tomorrow, actually. I'm not sure if it's even been decided upon. I think Starladder have their fingers crossed that today will be enough to seal the deal.
Yeah, and maybe it will, maybe it won't, but can't complain about more Dota.
Yep, that's certainly a good point. And did you actually watch the last game, or were you still stuck in your match?
No. Our match was against Liquids, we finished early, but
okay.
I didn't. No, I watched a bit of it. I didn't see all of it.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like eHug was going to take a pretty easy win. They were doing well, and then CNB came back, and it all came down to that big last Roche fight at the end where eHug had a pretty solid combo with a nice AA ult and that Radiance up Spectre. So they've been looking strong, but I don't know. I don't know if they... I'm not sure if they have the skills to take down Liquid plus Demon. They've been looking pretty well, though. I guess you guys made quick work out of them earlier in that best of 3, huh?
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Yeah, I guess. I
didn't watch the games, but it ended. It was a 2-0, right? You guys 2-0.
It was 3 games.
Oh, it was 3 games. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, I think eHug is definitely good enough to win. Like they, it really depends on the early game. Like if they have a good early game, that they play pretty well. But sometimes they just fall apart and they just don't look like a top tier team.
Yeah.
So we'll see what kind of eHug they bring this game.
Yeah, I think eHug are still working on their consistency issues, but are you familiar with Justin at all? I've been asking people, like, I don't know where this guy came from, and he's been playing pretty well. He seems to fit right in with the team, but nobody's heard of him. Have you?
I mean, he went by a different name. He went by 272 for a while, which is maybe some people knew him from the NA scene. I've seen him around like IXDL and NEL and just matchmaking, and I haven't really paid that much attention to him, but now that I've been watching his games, like he's actually really, really good. Like been really impressed by his skill level. Like definitely an up and coming player.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. Like last game, Jigglebilly was mid and Justin was in the position 1 role. So I don't know if that was just for that game because Jigglebilly likes Axe, or maybe they're considering just a change of roles where Jigglebilly will become their solo mid player and Justin will be their position 1. But I still get Jigglebilly on a serious team is still makes me giggle a little bit. I remember back in the Han days of Jigglebilly just #1 troll. It's interesting. I'm glad to see he's doing well, but never would have thought he'd be here if you asked me a year and a half ago.
I always thought he had the potential, but yeah, I'm happy to see him playing competitively finally.
Yeah, same. So let's take a look at this draft here. eHug will grab themselves Batrider and Bane to get things going, and Liquid will grab Ancient Apparition and Nyx. Fairly straightforward picks. eHug's really like themselves some Batrider, though. That seems to be just a good match with the playstyle of Cakes.
Yeah, Batrider is an awesome hero, but Team Liquid did pick up the Nyx Assassin, which is one of the best heroes to go up against the Batrider, just because of the Carapace and the Firefly.
Yep, it's a pretty easy free stun on the Batrider indeed. And Ancient Apparition, a pretty good support you can't really go wrong with right now. Most of the bans look pretty straightforward as well, except for that Treant Protector from Team Liquid. That one is a little bit more interesting. Have eHug been running Treant?
I mean, Liquid ran some Tree yesterday against C9, I think.
Hmm.
It was like that was yesterday, right? And then
I
they
think
ran it
so.
against us, and we ran it against them. And he's just kind of like he's just a strong hero in these like tri lane on tri lane. Like he beats people up with his big branches.
Yeah, dude, his starting damage is ridiculous.
Yeah,
The
it's like I
highest.
think it's 89 or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's like it's between 85 and 90. I forget what the exact number is, but it's absurd. Like he has the highest of anyone by far, and
Radiant team
he's
pick.
deceptively strong in
he's
those early
fun.
levels.
He's one of my favorite heroes. He's fun.
Yeah,
He's so much fun.
yeah, I like playing him as well. But all right, Storm Spirit, third choice for
Team
eHug,
Liquid's
and the
turn
Fairy
to
Dragon
pick.
will come out from Liquid. So eHug have that Lifestealer Storm Spirit combo. Always good to have those Infest Bombs, some long range initiation.
Yeah, they can also do infest bombs with bat as well. So
Yeah,
a lot of options.
yeah, pretty good bit of lockdown, and I think Liquid have plenty of tools at their disposal so far to try and deal with this Storm. That's a hero that tends to thrive when there aren't a lot of hard stuns, but between the Silence from Puck, the Dream Coil, and everything Nyx
10
Assassin brings to the
seconds
table,
remaining.
they're off to a pretty good start, and we'll see what they want to pick up
Yeah.
here.
One thing good
5
about
seconds remaining.
eHug's draft right now, and kind of weak about Liquids, is a lot. Liquid likes to run the Nyx Assassin as a core
Reserve
usually,
time.
and as a dire offlane, it's very difficult to do, especially up against the Nyax, who can just hit you through the carapace with Rage on.
Hmm.
So I mean, this is a pretty smart draft from eHug, I think. As long as the Bat Rider is able to farm effectively and get a BKB, sometime somewhat early, I think they can definitely take this game.
Yeah, for sure. And sorry, I'm fixing the overlays here. Starladder still hasn't updated their database. Ryu Boraz is on the roster. And of course, Justin has
Radiant
replaced him. Oh, I should
team
mention,
back.
TC is drafting for Liquid right now, and it is Pandago drafting for eHug. I always like to make mention of that. So, wow, Weaver will be their fourth pick here. And again, kind of like Storm Spirit, another hero that tends to thrive in games where there
10
isn't a lot of
seconds
lockdown. And against the
remaining.
Bane Bat Rider, as well as the Electric Vortex, yeah, eHug should be
5
able to tango
seconds
with
remaining.
Weaver. What do you think about that hero right now? We saw him like a lot, and then he kind of fell off, and now he's
Team
making a little bit of a
Liquid's turn to
resurgence.
ban.
I'm a huge fan of Weaver, but I mean, he is incredibly good against Lifestealer. Like, you can just kite the Lifestealer for days. But he is kind of weak against these strong single target lockdowns from eHug, like Lasso, Fiend's Grip,
10
Storm Spirit's
seconds
Grip, as
remaining.
well as an Orchid. They can really, shut down this Weaver if he doesn't
5
have the best of
seconds
start.
remaining.
Yeah, definitely. And that is one of his issues, is
Radiant team
kind of like
pick.
Morphling. He takes a little bit of extra items to come online. Usually you want to
Team
go for a
Liquid's
Linken's,
turn
maybe a
to
BKB first, and then move into your hard-hitting item, whether it's a Desolator, a Crit Stick, whatever it is. So you can get run over early on if you're up against a really aggressive team. But we'll see how Liquid handle him here. eHug will grab Visage with their fifth pick, and, well, not surprised to see Visage grabbed, but a little bit surprised to see him make it this far in the draft. It's not too often you see a Treant banned out over a Visage.
Yeah, it's a great fifth pick. Nice
10
value on
seconds
the.
remaining.
Value fifth pick, yeah.
And you get the Visage. I mean, what a deal.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Visage, I still, he's just such a god tier support. He's so ridiculous with the
He
familiar.
does have some weaknesses. He's
10
very weak,
seconds
level 1 and
remaining.
2.
Yeah,
But if you can make it through there, like
5
get a couple
seconds
points in Soul
remaining.
Assumption, he's very, very strong. And the birds are, obviously amazing.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. He is definitely weaker in the early levels. Once he hits level 6, though, there's no looking back. That's when he just is
Superstar.
too much. Yeah, superstar. So Slark will be the final choice for Liquid, a nice ganker to round things off. And this is the second game out of 2 today. We'll see the Slark Nyx Assassin combo. So again, for those of you just joining us, these are the North American tiebreakers. There's one spot left in the top 4 to move on for the playoffs of North America, or Starladder North America. So if eHug can win this game, they will be 2-0 in this little mini group stage, and that'll be the end of it. We won't even need a third game. They might play it just for relegation, but again, if Liquid take this game, then things continue on, and our third game between Liquid and CMB could be the deciding factor.
So eHug wins, then they're guaranteed through?
Yes, exactly
Okay.
right. It's whichever
Alright.
team wins 2 matches out of this.
Yeah,
for
that makes
battle.
sense. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit easier to see on paper than it is to explain, perhaps. But yeah,
I got it. I got it.
with eHug winning that first game, it puts them in a pretty good position here.
It's a shame Osiris didn't play. I felt like they were probably one of the stronger teams. I mean,
Yeah.
I think all the teams in here are pretty evenly matched. I think Liquid's probably the best, but I think Osiris was probably second best. Like, if I had to rank them.
I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. Whether it was like connection
level 1.
issues or they needed stand-ins. But yeah, it looks like we could see an engage breakout. But I didn't get the details of why they dropped out. But it was really last minute. They only gave us like an hour notice before the matches were scheduled to start that they wanted to forfeit and didn't want to play. So rather unfortunate, kind of a shame. I always thought Osiris was one of those teams that a lot of people haven't really heard of. They don't have a big reputation, but they're pretty legit competitors, man. They've given a lot of these top teams a run for their money.
Maybe they were just scared to go to Ukraine.
That's possible. Very possible. I'm a little intimidated myself, to be perfectly frank.
Oh, well, get there. Cross that bridge when we get to
it. Yeah, fair enough. So some wards have come down from Liquid. They do get an observer down here in the bushes near the pole camp, and they'll also block this hard camp here as well with a sentry.
Yeah, this ward's kind of hard to get. You have to actually eat a tango and then walk in there, so we'll see if Pandago, is able to do it. But
yep. He does have a couple sentries here. And last game, eHug started off really well with their wards. They actually killed both of the initial observers that CNB put down, which gave them a pretty big edge. This sentry will come down. It will be in range of this observer, but like you mentioned, he'll have to eat through one of the other trees. Right now he's looking around and is on the wrong side.
One thing that eHug did do well is that they did scout. Look, they pinged it right away. They saw Liquid's movement, and they saw that they didn't rotate to the bottom side of this pole camp, so they can assume it's at the top. And there they go.
Yep,
they got
find it. So, a small stroke of victory for eHug to get things going. Their first sentry is successful. They'll get a ward down here. To look at that bottom rune, it is a regeneration at the 0-0 mark, and nobody will be fighting over that one to get things going. On the Dire side, Liquid have put some more wards down here in the top lane. A sentry right there as they move into the lane, and they also have an observer on the top position. Was there a ward from Cakes that they countered, or was that just a preemptive?
No, there was no ward. They just thought maybe, there's a good chance, and we got this extra sentry, so let's just go for it.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Pretty commonplace for an observer to get things started. Definitely makes Batrider's life a little bit easier. And he'll have his work cut out for him here, but let's go ahead and introduce these rosters. On the Radiant side, you have Team eHug. Jigglebilly will be back to position 1, playing on the Lifestealer here in the safe lane farming role. He'll be supported by Sheep Sucks on the Visage and Pandago on the Bane. In the mid, it will be Justin playing on the Storm Spirit, and up top, it will be it will be Cakes on the Batrider.
And did you want me to do Dire?
If you want to, I can do it. If you're not interested.
I can do it. I know Team Liquid. All right, we have TC, Captain, playing Nyx Assassin as a support in the top lane. We have Way2 playing the support Ancient Apparition. Demon, the stand-in from the 909. He will be playing the carry Weaver in the safe lane. And that leaves, Bulba on Puck in mid. And Koikfa on the unusual offlane Slark.
Yeah. Double damage room picked up by Way2 on that Ancient Apparition. He wants to make a rotation towards mid. Does have Chilling Touch as well as Cold Feet to get things started, but won't find an easy rotation. Koikva's doing okay here in the off lane so far. He's 1-0, just about to hit level 3, and compared to the Batrider, pretty comparable. Bat with 2 creep kills and pretty comparable amount of experience, though. Way2 will rotate up. Good positioning from Cakes. He'll be just fine. He's already got his boots in tow. Looks like Weaver could be gearing up for a fast hand of Midas, though, Demon, already with that glove of haste in the inventory.
Yeah, Weaver's a good Midas hero. I could never disagree with getting one on him.
Yeah. And
he doesn't need to get boots early on because he can just Gucci away. And
yeah. All right. We've seen a lot of some Weavers like to grab the early treads. In some games you need it if you want to fight more, but we've seen some Weavers be very brave and go bootless for a pretty staggering amount of time.
Yeah, some Weavers just go bootless the whole game sometimes.
Yeah, that's pretty brave. That's pretty bold. Shikuchi's good, but doesn't have that 100% uptime, so sometimes it can kind of bite you in the ass a little bit.
Most definitely.
But things pretty even here to get things started. 3 minutes in. Obviously no first blood. Bulba and Justin going blow for blow in the mid lane. Puck ahead by just about 4 last hits or so slightly out-farming Justin, but really nothing too crazy. There will be a rotation from Way2 into the mid lane, walks up the hill, and just zones out Justin a little bit here. He'll have his boots delivered alongside the bottle. Same for Bulba. And everything just dead even across the board here in the mid lane. Bottle crowing and pretty comparable starting items, though. Actually, Justin did start with a magic stick, which is a little bit interesting. I don't really think... I mean, Puck does cast some spells, but, it's not like a Batrider or a Bristle or something. Interesting starting choice.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he thought Weaver was mid or something.
Yeah.
Should be.
It'd be weird, though, with a Puck. I guess they could have put Puck in the off lane and done a position 1 Slark with Weaver in the mid. Possible, but would have been a little bit strange.
Yeah, well, either way, he probably wants to pick it up eventually, so it's not too bad.
Yep. Won't hold him back too much. Jigglebilly, what is he going for here? Is there a Hand of Midas recipe on the courier? Yep, there sure is. So Jiggle will be going for that early Midas. And more bottle crowing for the Storm. And Demon, we'll see if he wants to get Midas. Like I mentioned, he has the Gloves of Haste, very close to the Midas recipe. And if they both go Midas, it looks like they will be pretty even timings. Jiggle Billy is about 5 last hits ahead of Demon, so he'll have it slightly earlier, but pretty negligible at this point.
Yeah, Jiggle Billy also with the recipe first, which makes it, you can just pick it up at the side shop.
Right.
Earlier on, which is pretty beneficial.
Yeah, he'll actually have a 5-minute hand of Midas, almost exactly, which is pretty impressive. That's pretty close to as fast as you can get it without a tower kill or any kind of, first blood or something early on. Maybe like a 4:45, 4:30, but Jiggle Billy's been on point with these last hits so far.
Yeah, Nax is, one of the easier heroes to last hit with, especially with the Feast.
Yeah.
You can just, tank creeps on the tower. And...
Yeah, true that. 75 damage, or 73 damage is pretty meaty. Weaver's got a weird attack animation. He's not hard to last hit with, but sometimes that Geminate can mess with you a little bit.
Yeah, just got to practice with it, and then be pretty good off. But I'm kind of concerned about the Slark. I don't know how good Slark is with no CS. I feel like he's not that effective.
Yeah, Bat Rider will definitely be a lot more effective. And Bat Rider's also picked up some more last hits as well. Slark's still sitting on 2, but Cakes has been able to grab himself Tranquil Boots. He's halfway to level 6, has 14 last hits under his belt, and we'll just rotate into the jungle. I don't see any stacks coming out quite yet, but he'll have to do his dirty work himself. He'll stack the hard camp, then just start farming that Blink Dagger. So that is the biggest disparity so far. eHug, a small 200 gold, 700 experience lead to get things started. Still just very quiet in this early game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Pandago failed to stack there in that medium camp. This camp is so hard to stack, especially with these range creeps, but
oh yeah,
I think you have to pull it up the hill to the right if you want to guarantee it.
Yeah, this camp is weird. You have to pull it at like the 55 or so instead of the normal like 52.
Yeah, 55s.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible to stack the Satyr camp with melees.
Yeah. So Cakes will clear it out anyhow, though, and he did get a double stack. So regardless, the big difference here is both carries are free farming, but the off-laners are the real big disparity in this game. Justin will grab an invisibility rune. He bottles it up and will rotate back towards mid. Puck level 7. Justin not quite there yet, but pretty close. He's got his power treads up already, and it looks like Bulba will just be pulling towards that fast Blink Dagger. Again, nothing too out of the ordinary here.
He's kind of crushing mid, I think. 42 to 29 CS.
Yeah. Wow. It was a lot closer earlier on. That seems to be. I mean, will you chalk that up to player difference? Just Bulba getting the better?
I think the AA came over and for a little bit and maybe gave a chilling touch or two to Bulba and kind of zoned out the Storm for a little bit.
Yeah, enough to give him a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, but I mean Bulba Puck is pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and all things equal kind of matchup. I think Storm and Puck are pretty evenly matched up. If it's Arteezy versus Arteezy mid, who comes out ahead?
Wow, Arteezy.
Puck versus Storm Spirit. Yeah, that
actually, Arteezy doesn't play those heroes.
I know that's what would make it funny if you could have some sort of who would win, Arteezy's Storm versus Arteezy's Puck. That's kind of
neither. They would both just throw the game or just spend the whole game in the jungle.
So Jiggle Billy trading blows with Koikba here in the bottom lane, but still no kills coming out. I'm a Sheep. He's doing some work in the jungle. Visage about halfway to level 5. Looks like the Radiant supports do have a little bit more experience under their belts. Pandago level 4, and the AA still only 3, and Nyx is level 4 as well. Bat Rider, how's he doing? Cakes almost level 7, 1200 gold, not too far off the Blink Dagger. Looking like reasonable timing here, probably 11, 12 minutes, something like that, pending Mud Golem spawns. Actually, he'll get some Mud Golems, but Justin will lend a hand and clear him out for the Bat Rider. What a guy here on the Storm.
Yeah, he's actually farming kind of slow. I mean, most Bat Riders trying to have their blink at 8 or 9 minutes, but
yeah, that's ideal.
He didn't get that many stacks, and he kind of walked top twice, I think, after the first time he left.
Yeah, but TC and Way 2 are smoked up in the mid. Looks like they want to try and set up a kill on Justin, but he's just positioned a bit too effectively. Those Mud Golems kind of came in handy, and their smoke close to expiring. Yep, it's off.
It's really hard for them to gank the Storm because you can just zip right out of the coil. So you have to time the coil. Oh, he actually has max silence.
Yeah, only 2 points in the orb. And Puck's pretty close to Blink. Yeah, you're right about Bat Rider though. He could have had this Blink Dagger just about by now if his supports had stacked for him. I'm a little bit surprised that they spent so much time in the jungle, but they didn't even stack for him.
Well, they farmed a lot themselves, I think.
Yeah,
they have pretty good CS. Bane has 17, which is really good, and Visage has 13. So.
Yeah, Not too bad. Meanwhile, AA is only 3 and 4, so you're right about that.
Yeah, the levels are really good.
Yeah. So, and both those heroes, Bane and Visage, they really need to hit level 6. They're level 6 supports. That's when they really come online. The Familiars, of course, and the Fiend's Grip. A lot more opportunities open up, but we're getting close to that 10-minute mark with no first blood. Slark, he's tired of this passivity. He's now level 6, has his power treads, and he is hungry for blood.
There's the blink on Puck. They're gonna...
Ooh.
Do you have smoke coming too?
Yeah.
Smoke on the courier. So they're gonna try and kill either mid or top. And if they go for top, they're gonna want this tower as well.
Yep. Justin could be in trouble. Koikva almost initiating onto the Bat Rider there, but just couldn't get close enough to connect with the Pounce. So he will kind of head back to lane. At least he's level 6 now, though, so Slark can catch... If he can catch one of these supports off guard, might be able to grab himself a solo kill. Smoke is now out, and there you go. Way2 will use it on top of Bulba. And we'll see where he rotates. Bulba trying to make up his mind, but he is slated for the top lane with that Blink Dagger in tow. Looks like they want to give Pandago a run for his money. Still only level 5 on the Bane. He does have 3 points in Brain Sap, but this should be a pretty easy kill, I think.
Yeah, this is first blood and probably a tower as well, so...
And there you have it. Waning Rift. Dream Coil comes out. Nothing a Bane Elemental can do. Kill him in the duration of the silence. Couldn't even use the Brain Sap. And they let Demon get that last hit, so he gets the first blood bounty. And now he takes over. Number 1 on the net worth chart. He does have that ultimate orb up. Handamitis kicking in already. And like you said, they'll just move in and pressure this tower. It's already at half health. Glyph available for eHug, but I don't think they'll make a rotation.
That did pick up his blink, but I don't think this tower's defendable. So just let this one go, and then maybe try and get tower of their own, or set up a kill with the blink.
Yeah. Jungle boys. CRTZ in chat having a fun time. Always a pleasure.
He likes to chat.
Oh man, I like it when we cast LAN events. The delay is a necessary evil, but it's so much more fun to be able to see the instant reaction when plays come down, and especially when there are interesting folks in chat chatting away.
Yeah, really immature people that enjoy Twitch chat, like RTZ.
Oh, RTZ.
It's okay, he's still a child. You can't blame him.
He is young. One of the younger players on the scene still has those quick reaction times.
eHug's got a lot of young guys, I think.
Do they? I actually don't know how old their players are.
I think Jiggles.
Hey, how old is Jiggle? Is he out of high school?
Yeah, he's like 19 or 20, I think.
Okay.
And then I think they're all about the same age.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really... Jiggle Billy is the only one on eHug I know, kind of, just from Han. But in the mid lane, Way2 will get initiated on his Cakes blinks forward. Easy lasso on the Ancient Apparition. Justin follows up to grab the kill, but in comes Bulba. That's a Dream Coil on 2. He'll finish off the Storm. Cakes not out of the clear quite yet. Bulba trying to make the escape. He's got a haste rune. He'll be just fine. Now Bane's joining the party. That's a Fiend Grip on TC. In comes Koikva looking for a kill onto Cakes. He'll try and pour it out. That's not happening. Bulba comes forward. He'll secure the kill. And now Pandago, he's in trouble as well. The silence from Puck will be enough to secure that kill. And wait, now I'm a Sheep rotating in. I don't think he's going to have the damage here. And no, he will not. So Liquid, well, they take a good exchange.
Yep, really good counter gank by Liquid. They're ready for it. And unfortunately, Way2 had to die for it, but I think they came out on top, so they can be happy with that trade.
Yep, that haste rune on Puck made things a little bit easier for Bulba as well.
Oh yeah, he had a haste. Yeah, that's definitely... He's still farmed. Like, Puck is... absurdly farmed.
He may have well survived even if he didn't have the haste, but it just made it that much easier and allowed him to reinitiate after getting back to safety. But you're certainly right about Puck's farm. He's about 2,000 up on the Storm Spirit, which is a pretty... I mean, it's like a 50% edge here at only the 13-minute mark.
Hope he goes Dagon.
He might. He's got himself that Null Talisman, so...
he's ready.
He's ready to right-click that Dagon at a moment's
Still
notice.
Bulba.
So Jiggle Billy is still farming away. Him and Demon are still topping the net worth chart. They're about 100 gold from each other, 150, something like that, as they continue to rack up the last hits. I mean, do you give an edge to either of those carries? Are they on a level playing field? Is one like a harder carry in your opinion?
I mean, Weaver out carries Lifestealer, but like I said in the draft, like during the draft, they have so many single target lockdowns. Like if Demon gets caught out with his Lincolns down by like a Fiend's Grip or a Lasso, he's just gonna die. So it just really depends on the execution during these team fights. And lucky for Liquid, Bull was having such a good game. He's always going to be able to get there, especially with these boots of travel.
And he's been involved in, oh yeah, you're right, BOT's out already, 14 minutes. He's been involved in all 4 of the kills that Liquid have picked up, 1, 0, and 3 on the Fairy Dragon. That's about as good of a start as you can hope for. So hopefully they'll carry that momentum. Justin is a little underwhelming on this storm so far, but even though they picked him off once, he still had a lot of room to farm. He did pick up one of those kills in the mid. He's got that first Oblivion staff and the Robe of the Magi. So obviously going for an Orchid first. And Pandago maybe in trouble. TC and Bulba are smoked up on the high ground, but he'll back up in time. And I don't think they'll be able to grab a kill too easily here.
I don't know if you noticed, but Quakefly actually managed to pick himself up a salvage Midas after that team fight mid.
There you go. So maybe some recovery is possible here. Oh, Justin. He's in some trouble. Puck uses the illusion rune. Easy kill coming out onto Justin, I think. Or maybe not. I spoke too soon. The follow-up wasn't there. That should have been an easy kill. I guess I should have said TC was off the mark with that Impale.
I mean, it can be tough when you're just running around with no setup stun. Like, the new Nyx stun isn't exactly the easiest thing to land.
Yeah, true.
Especially at max range. Like, it's much easier if you're right next to him.
Yeah. So, missed opportunity there, but still they zone out the storm. I'm just still surprised at how passive this game has been. 6 kills in 15 minutes is...
Yeah, this is a...
about as passive as it gets.
real crowd pleaser.
Yeah. So you see Jigglebilly and Koikva kind of going at it down in the bottom. Koikva loses the man fight, but Jigglebilly just can't secure the kill. He's got Phase Boots drums, pretty standard build on Nakes. And Demon, he's already got that Lincoln Sphere. So sort of like we talked about in the draft, one of the weaknesses of Weaver is that he takes a little bit longer to come online, but he's online now. He's got the Lincolns about as quickly as you can get it. Midas first, still no boots out on the Weaver. And that's good news for Liquid. Down bottom, ooh, the Impale off the mark once again. Jigglebilly will take an Ice Blast, but he'll turn on to TC. That's a dead Nyx Assassin, and now Slark's in trouble as well. Cakes with the lasso. 2-0 turnaround. Well done by Jiggle. Really well-timed rage there.
Yeah, well, the reason he raged before even the Nyx fight hit him is you can actually see the Ancient Apparition ult when it comes in.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it just barely, like, on the mini-map as it flies in. And, you know, he saw it coming in, hit the rage, and looks like, not going to get this kill. But.
Yep. And he'll just rage and about face as he goes back to the tower. A noble effort forces out the defensive TP, so not too bad. And it looks like they will be able to grab the tower in bottom. Sheep taking a lot of damage from Demon, and oh, a close call, but Demon gets the solo kill. Well done on the Weaver, knew his limits, and finishes him off with the Shikuchi.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't have his birds there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And
Could've
Demon,
been
Cakes is inbound, doesn't have a lasso. Demon will be just fine here. And Cakes, he might need to be a little bit careful. Time-lapse is available. He will flame break him. But there's the time-lapse, and Demon will just Shikuchi back to safety. So tower count is 1-1. Demon took out that, or they took out that top tier 1 tower earlier on. And Demon doing a lot of damage to this tier 2 here. Liquid may just counter-push down bottom, though. Pressuring this tier 1. I think eHug can contest this, though. They've got most of their big cooldowns up. Lasso and 12. They've got the Fiend's Grip. They have an Infest Bomb. Visage Familiars on the field. They should be able to hold this tower, or at least make a defense.
Yeah, eHug's time is right now. Like, before Weaver has like a Deso and damage, they just start taking fights. I think they can make some big plays and maybe take some towers off that.
Yep. Small lead for eHug right now, but oh, Justin down bottom. He'll get silenced by Puck. They burn the solo Dream Coil. That is a kill on the Storm Spirit. Now Pandago porting in. He'll take the Impale. Scarabs come out, and ooh, a very unfortunately timed port. eHug could have held this tower, but execution obviously lacking there as they just get picked off one at a time into 5 members of Liquid.
Yeah, it just seemed like they weren't together. Like, they were trying to wait for this Bat Rider, but
Radiant's bottom tower
just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, that was one of those, you either needed to let it fall or you needed to commit to some sort of a defense. They will at least make it a tower for tower exchange. Visage using those birds in the mid lane, and they finish off that mid tier 1. So could have been worse, but they definitely didn't need to concede those 2 deaths if their intention wasn't really to defend anyhow. There's a surprise inside Bat Rider right now. They'll catch the Courier, but will they have the damage? No, the Courier's cruising and will survive. That's a little bit unfortunate as well. Jigglebilly just rage TPs out as well. So eHug, they had a lead, but it's all squandered now. Gold is zeroed out, and Experience Edge actually going the way of Liquid by just about 1,000.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna wait for their next Infest gank before they try and make another play. But I think both teams are in a position where they can just take fights, and whoever gets the better initiation is gonna win.
Yeah, and Koikva, has he picked up? Oh, it looks like this server maybe taking a dump. Both teams getting some lag issues here, but Koikva's had that recovery Midas. He only has 1,300 gold. Is there something hiding on the Courier? Oh, let's see. No, not much. Nothing for Koikba. There's a point booster for Way 2 and a Staff of Wizardry for TC. So Nick's probably going for Staff. Puck. What's he getting here? Is this going to be a Dagon, maybe?
It's on the courier. TC force on the courier.
It's that Sage's Mask that's throwing me off here with the
Fuels.
Puck item.
It's Fuels.
Oh, yeah. I'm a...
It's for Storm's Orchid, so if he gets jumped by Storm with the Orchid, he can just Fuels himself and survive.
Yep. Oh, there's initiation in the Radiant jungle. Koikba, he's in trouble. And, oh, yeah, they'll secure that kill. Now Fiend's Grip out on Way 2. An easy 2-0 coming out for eHug here. It will cost them their tier 1 tower in the mid, but at least they get 2 hero kills for it. Kind of deja vu, but going the other way here compared to last time when they lost 2 heroes. Now they grabbed 2 of their own. So
Yeah, those are good trades.
Yeah.
Every death on Koikfa is going to hurt Liquid so much. Like, Sark is already a hero that kind of falls off without the best farm. And if he has these early deaths and delays his like actual items, he's going to have a big problem.
Yeah, he has this kind of mid-game window where he can do a lot of damage without a lot of items, but maybe by like 25 minutes, 30 minutes or so, if he doesn't have a Scotty or a Shadow Blade or something else, he just is pretty lackluster. At least he has the Midas to try and make a recovery, but still a much-needed kill. And following that, Justin will now grab himself an Orchid on the Storm Spirit, which is huge for eHug, and also a Force Staff now out on the Bat Rider. So 2 very core items to their strategy. And also an item we haven't mentioned yet, Jigglebilly grabbed it about 5 minutes ago. It is a Halberd as his 3rd item after Boots and Drum.
Wow, that is an early Halberd.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I think that's the best item for him, but...
I mean, the evasion isn't bad, but I don't know. I feel like...
It's okay in games like this when you have a Visage to go for more defensive/utility items just because of Visage's damage output with the birds and his soul assumption. Like, Visage kind of works as like a 4th core, and like you can think of him that way because he's just that's just the hero he is. So you can, on your main heroes, you can take these more utility items.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true. And speaking of Visage, how's his farm looking? It's okay. He's got himself a point booster and Staff of Wizardry, still on brown boots, but working towards that Ag Scepter. Wants to get that other familiar out on the field. Liquid will group up towards that top tier 2 tower, but they will just back up as it seems eHug will try and defend. Now, Jimmy's got himself another ultimate orb here. That is rather interesting.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
The Weaver, he's got another ultimate orb following this Linken's. So he won't be going Desolator, but is that a, like, Scotty coming out?
It can't be a Scotty, man. No way.
I mean... There's only so many items you can use an ultimate orb for, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like a Manta for the Orchid. Like, I don't know. I mean, he has a Lincoln's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, I can't agree with the item choice, but we'll see what he gets, and maybe it'll work.
Sheepstick? I mean...
Yeah, Sheepstick. I mean, do it up. Let's see it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Shadow Fiends get Scythe of Ice before. It's not the most uncommon thing if they really feel like they're lacking crowd controls, but...
Yeah, but that's like a 6th item.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. I don't know what to make of it exactly. Manta isn't bad on Weaver, but with the Lincolns already, it just seems like overkill. I feel like he'd get away with something like an MKB or a Desolator just to try and cut through that evasion of the Lifestealer.
Definitely.
So we could see an initiation break out here. Visage Familiar is doing a little bit of work. They may get picked off as they wake up from their little nap. Nope, they'll fly over the tree line. Cake's hopping in. There's the lasso on the way to. And Puck will be inbound as well. A lot of damage coming out. First of all, will be the Ancient Apparition. But, oh, eHug in some trouble. Bat Rider and Umasheep will fall. Now Jimmy falls. TC, there is a sentry down. He'll get the open wounds off. There we go. Another sentry comes out. They don't even need it, though. Wow. So that works out well for eHug. A 2-for-3 exchange. Slark and Puck, the only 2 survivors.
Yeah, you got the grip on Weaver. That's what I was saying. Like, they have so many... Like, that's all it takes. You just get one of these Lasso or Orchid or Electric Vortex, and Weaver just dies. Like, I mean, that's part of the draft. Like, I just think that was a very risky pick to go for Weaver.
And up top, we'll see Justin engage onto Koikba. There you go. Easy kill on the Slark. The Orchid makes it so hard for Slark to do anything.
Liquid's in big trouble now.
Yeah, the graph has not really reflected it too much, but in terms of momentum in this game, Liquid have the tools they need to really do a lot of damage here. This Ancient Apparition is just not very scary. Way 2 did not go the Hand of Midas build, so he's sitting on a point booster. Only a level 1 ulti and really no ags in sight. What do you think about the Midas on AA? Is that like core at this point, or is that still situational?
It's not. It's you get a Midas on AA when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, what the heck? I have 2,000 gold. It's like after like a big team fight where you get a bunch of kills and a tower or something, but generally just going at each X component is the way to go.
Oh, and Jimmy, he'll get initiated on. He gets lassoed up top. They use the Force Staff to break the Lincolns, and they won't have the damage to follow up, but still they harass back the Weaver. Up top, Justin taking some damage, but it looks like he'll be able to survive, at least for now. Dream Coil comes out. Support is inbound from the Bane. Justin jukes the orb. Sleep comes out onto TC, but a misplay from Justin, and he wakes him up. That would have been a kill.
Yeah, that was a misplay, but
he survives. That's what's important.
That's Dota. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Misplays and good plays.
Yeah. Well, more importantly, the Storm survives, though, which is really what they went for. A counter kill would have been nice. Still not too bad. Demon and Jiggle Billy. Trading blows up top, but Jiggle will just rage TP out. Nothing Jimmy can do about it.
He's going Manta.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I don't see that often on Weaver, but I suppose it's probably better than a Scotty.
Yeah. Scotty. Scotty after Lincoln's. That's a...
Just slow him. Make him slow. Just kite him.
Such a weird... Yeah, it's just weird. Basher comes out for the Lifestealer next. He's also level 16, so the Infest Bomb will be a little more potent.
You just picked up a Basher? Oh my. Yep. He's so farmed.
After the Halberd. Yeah, Demon's actually still ahead of him by about 100 gold, but this Lifestealer is getting scary for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Pandago will get another, Fiend's Grip on the Weaver and just win the game.
Oh, he has a Plate Mail as well. Wow, Jiggle's even more farmed than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I saw the Plate Mail and you're like, oh, yeah, the Basher? And
yeah.
I was like, oh.
So
good smoking. Good smoke by
And they'll catch Wade too. He throws a ward down, but it'll cost him their Ancient Apparition. Easy kill as they use the lasso. Jiggle will grab that one. And Bulba, he moves into the trees. They know he's around. The Flame Break interrupts it. The plays coming out from Cakes. He'll try and orb out, but Jiggle's inbound. There's the defensive Yules. Will they be able to interrupt him from blinking? Nope. Bulba is just too elusive. He'll hop into the trees. They're looking for him. They're off the mark with the Flame Break. So they don't get the kill on Puck, but still a nice interrupt.
Top tower has fallen.
I mean, he doesn't have a TP, so
tower is under attack.
Just creating space at this moment.
Yeah, kiting these heroes pretty effectively. They did lose that top tier 1 tower as well. Justin was able to push it down.
What's going on here?
Uh-oh, now Bulba might be in some trouble. Another Flame Break. He'll use the Yules. He blinks away. This guy, what a player.
That was like a minute long. They just chased him. I mean, realistically, you cannot kill a Puck like that.
Yeah, that has Blink and Yules. Those are two pretty good reset tools there.
But, maybe Bulba misplays and they get him, so who knows.
Yeah, would have been if they killed the Puck there. That would have been pretty big. That could have been a Roche they could have just moved into if they got that kill. So maybe still would have been a little risky, but either way, eHug get the better of that exchange. They find a kill on the Ancient Apparition, create some space for that top tower, and all of a sudden they've got the gold lead back once again. About 3,000 in their favor and a 5,000 gold lead. They are off to the races.
Yeah, things are looking good for eHug. I think the Bat Rider should probably get a gem. Oh, he does have a gem. Okay.
Yep, just picked it up.
Yeah, that's good. Start clearing wards, and then start taking the map.
Yeah. And looking at the Dire side, we talked about the Manta on Weaver. Demon now has another 1,500 gold to play with. I'll be curious to see what he grabs next. And Slark, looks like he's just going to go Sanj and Yasha. I guess he could be getting a Manta. He got the Yasha first. And
oh no, Storm. They're going to try and gank Storm before he has his BKB. He's 50 gold away.
Yep. Oh. He'll scoot back. Nice heads-up play. And it is going to be a Manta coming out for the Slark, not a SNY.
Double Manta strat.
Yeah. I guess it's okay against the Orchid. Sort of.
Lackluster item, I think, at this point. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Slark's been in trouble. I mean, what would you have rather Slark go for here? Just start working towards a Scotty or maybe a Shadow Blade?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Slark? I mean, what do you get? Like a Basher, maybe? I don't...
Yeah.
Maybe a BKB? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, BKB wouldn't have been bad. At least he can do some damage. The Shadow Blade is okay, but now that they have a gem out, it would have been pretty lackluster. There's the BKB on Storm, and Bulba, he'll get caught by the lasso. There's the Orchid, and this time Bulba will not survive. Yeah, grip onto Demon as well. There you go, 2 easy kills on key heroes from Liquid. Let's look at the buyback scenario. There is one available on Puck and the Weaver as well, so it won't be too bad if they move into Roche or something. They can burn some buybacks, but eHug making it look easy, killing those two very elusive heroes.
I think Liquid mega lost, man. This Weaver just useless hero against all these stuns.
Yeah, it may be eHug that take that 4th slot again, guys. If eHug win this game, they will be 2-0 in this mini group stage between these 3 teams, and that means they'll take the 4th slot. If Liquid win, we move into another game to try and decide who will be team number 4 to move into the playoffs. But this would actually be pretty huge for eHug. They're still a team with a lot to prove, trying to break through, and you know, going 2-0 here and moving in, that's steps in the right direction at least. They will be rewarded with a tier 2 tower up top.
They gotta play us first round though, the winner.
Oh god.
This playoff, man. I'm not taking it easy either, so.
Yeah, I don't envy them.
I'm sure that'd be good games. And you know, this game's not totally over yet. Like I mean, I did say, you know, Liquid probably make a loss, but they can definitely still win.
Yeah, it's not totally over, but the itemization is getting even more difficult now. Visage is level 11 and has his Ag Scepter, so the Familiar is getting a lot more powerful. And Jigglebilly, well, following that, he grabbed himself an Abyssal Blade, so now even more lockdown to deal with Liquid. Justin's in big trouble here, and well, they'll grab that kill. But now Batrider hopping in. The Orchid went off on TC before he went down. There's the Infest Bomb as well. TC will fall. He does use the Spike Carapace, but it just isn't enough. At least it's a 1-for-1. Nyx for Storm. And maybe they'll pursue Koikba. Familiar's inbound. And nope, they'll be able to pounce back to safety.
That was a good trade.
For
Liquid.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The off-lane Nyx for... Well, no, it was support Nyx. So, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely a good exchange. I've gotten so used to seeing Nyx in the off-lane. We really don't see him play that support role as frequently. But, ooh, Koikba. He's going to walk in, but they don't have the cooldowns. No lasso available. So he will be just fine.
No Roshan attempts yet by either team.
Yeah.
I think it's because Liquid doesn't have the best Roshan team, like Roshaning team. If we've had a Deso though, you know, they might be able to do it.
Yeah, neither team even has both teams. Or a better way to say it is both teams have no minus armor, not even a medallion out. So Roche will not go down quickly, and just a little bit too risky. I can kind of understand why both teams are being hesitant. But
oh well, the eHug could clear it really quick if they get a couple kills with just Nyx's raw damage and the Visage Birds.
Yeah, that's true. Visage Birds do help out quite a bit. And is there another item picked up? There's something else I wanted to mention, and oh, I lost it. Oh, the BKB on the Batrider. That was it.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yep.
That's gonna be huge for them. They have these 2 fresh 10-second BKBs, so if they can take a good fight, get a couple kills, take the Roshan, I mean they'll be looking really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. The Storm Spirit hasn't even used his BKB yet either. Even though he fell down bottom. Didn't waste that 10-second charge. So a big, massive team fight will be pretty big here. And uh-oh, Cake says the surprise inside. They're hungry.
He's got a little jiggle in him.
He sure does. And maybe they'll go for Koikva down bottom. Perhaps. He is hiding in the trees.
They can't possibly know he's there, though.
I don't know. They saw him pushing the wave, I think, but maybe not in this particular position. There is support inbound, though. TC is vendetted up. And, okay, they'll stop the Infest Bomb as he hops out. Maybe Liquid will be the aggressors here. Storm is not with him. He does have a TP, and he will be able to hop to that Tier 2 tower down bottom. But, nope, Liquid will continue to play passive here, and they will just retreat into their side of the map and go back to farming. Story of this game, man.
Yeah, this is a really tense moment. Like, both teams are just playing in fog and not showing themselves in lanes at all, and you just... I mean, they have so many, like, these quick initiators. It's, like, it's pretty scary, so...
Yep. And it looks like Demon will be working towards probably an MKB. He's got himself the Demon Edge. He definitely wants to deal with that evasion that Jigglebilly picked up early on. I think MKB into Deso would be a pretty solid choice here. I still think Desolator...
I mean, Desolator would have been good instead of Manta, but at this point, you get the MKB. I think your next item is crit, or even maybe a BKB for yourself. But no, he's not gonna go BKB. He already has the Manta and Lincolns. Yeah,
that would be serious overkill in terms of defensive Weaver. All 3 of them. 2 is sometimes a necessity, but all 3 is craziness. Ancient Apparition still only level 9. That's a level 1 Ice Blast. It does connect with a few heroes, but
that's Roshan.
Yep. Nice read from eHug. See the AA ult come out.
They baited it. Oh, lag.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Roche falling reasonably fast. Again, no minus armor, so it won't be too quick. Illusory Orb comes in. That scouts it out, and Liquid are ready to tango. The question is who will get the jump here. That's what this fight's going to be all about. They don't have Jimmy with him. He does have a TP scroll, but he still is not ready to fight. So they don't want to commit to a fight in Roche without the Weaver here. Roche getting very low. AA ult flies across. It will fall to the Radiant, and Aegis gets picked up by Storm. So Liquid, they just can't contest it. Jimmy does take out the tier 2 tower, doing a lot of damage. Yep, tier 3 down to about half health. I don't know, still a good change for eHug though. I don't think that was worth it. Or was it?
Radiant's top tower
Jimmy, is he going to get caught in a Fiend's Grip here? Oh,
Which
no.
one's real? Which one's real?
Yeah, he brain saps the other one, but now he's stuck inside the Fiend's Grip. Do they have the damage to finish him off, though? There's the lasso. They've got the crowd controls. Justin is inbound, but he's out of mana.
Oh, man.
This is tense. Is Jimmy going to survive this?
This is an interesting engagement.
They've got the gem. There's the blink forward. Flame break. Is it enough? The courier flying by as well. They will secure the kill. That was awkward.
That was, you know what? It worked.
It worked. Was that still a good trade for eHug though? They get a kill on the Weaver. They get the Roche, and what do they trade? Their tier 2 tower up top and about half damage on this tier 3.
Yeah, they traded a lot of damage on their tier 3, which is, not the best thing, but I think they can be happy with the trades that they got.
Yeah, I mean, Aegis on Storm. Such a good Aegis carrier. You can't be too upset with that.
Radiant's bottom
Oh, no,
tower
definitely not.
is
Like,
under
he's going to do so
attack.
much work with that. I think he has his next item, too, or a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Mystic Staff, so.
Yep, there you go. And there's an Assault Cuirass out for the Nake, so things getting even more difficult for Liquid here. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but Jigglebilly is 7-0-1. He's the only one that is yet to die in this game, which is pretty impressive. Part of the reason why he's balling so far out of control right now. Highest level in the game at level 20, and still the leading farmer. Now
Dire's middle
about
tower is
2,500
under
up on Demon, who of course is playing on the Weaver. Tier 2 tower in the mid will just get melted by eHug. Only one outer
Dire's
tower
middle
remaining
tower
for
has
Liquid,
fallen.
which is the tier 2 in the bottom lane. But they're going to press forward with Weaver down. They'll try and do a little chip damage to this tier 3 tower in the mid lane.
Dire's
Glyph
middle
is available for
tower is
Liquid.
under attack.
Man, those Visage Birds.
Dire's structures are
They do work.
fortified.
They
As
do.
long as they don't get hit by too many AA ults, they should be fine.
Yeah. And here we go. There's the initiation. Jigglebilly will take some damage to get things started off. He will be silenced, but now Justin hopping in. BKB on. Cakes with his BKB as well. Nyx Assassin will be the first to fall. Koikba joining the fight. Does have the ultimate on, but he just doesn't do any damage. His ultimate expires, and he gets dropped. Liquid are in huge trouble right here. We'll take a look at the buyback scenario, and it's not looking good. Slark doesn't have it, nor does the Nyx Assassin, and this will be a mid lane of Rax. I think eHug might be able to do it here, Peter.
I think they have done
Dire's
it.
middle barracks.
I think,
They have done it. MKB is out for Demon, but is it enough? I say nay.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh,
under
once they had the
attack.
AC on Jiggle, he's like almost invincible. Maybe if they had the Aghanims on AA, they could kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, the AL did so much work to that fight, and you might kill him here.
Well, no, never mind. Puck will just get picked off. They do get the kill onto the Life Stealer, but an instant buyback coming from the Puck, actually. Tier 3 tower falls. They
Time
might
to
be
get
able
out,
to hold
guys.
this top lane of Rax. Yep, looks like it. Maybe they can grab some recovery kills as well. They will proc the Aegis on Storm as he comes back up. Nice stun from TC. Will they have any follow-up damage to
big
secure
grip.
the kill? No, not yet at least. He's zipping away. They grab the kill onto Bane as well, and Sheep will fall. eHug are going to get completely cleaned up here, it looks like.
Oh, no.
Cakes. Nope, he'll scoot back.
Got away.
And, yeah, Justin makes it out. So, Liquid, they make an okay hold. There was a dieback from Puck, so he'll be down for a while. Still, the damage has been done, though. One lane of Rax, tier 3 up top. eHug's still in great shape.
Yep, but with that fight, they did finish the Aghanims on wave 2. He didn't die, so
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
big.
that now.
And
which
he
could
might be able to grab that level 2 ult really soon, yeah, after this
Yeah, he will,
breakaway.
he will. So that's going to be big for the next base push that eHug tries to pull off. I'm not sure if they're going to wait for another Roshan. They might just try and end the game,
Yeah.
but we'll have to see.
And Jiggle still has a lot of gold, 2,200, so they could even try and force the issue and still have enough buyback on the enough for buyback on the Life Stealer. And Storm, does he have? Nope, just still sitting on that Mystic Staff. Oh, he's got the Ultimate Orb, so now he's actually very close to a Scythe of Ice.
Yeah, and they have one final smoke left on Pandago, so I think they're going to use this smoke, try and get a pick, and then take another lane of Rax. I don't think they're going to wait for Roshan.
And also a Blink Dagger up on Bane as well, so that'll make his initiation power a little bit easier. So things still looking good, but I worry about that AA ult now. In that last fight, that was just level 1 AA ult with no Scepter. Now he's level 2 and has the Ags. That's like that's just a really big upgrade. I think it's
That's all
hard.
you need, man. Once you're level 11 on Ancient Apparition, you have Aghanims, you're free to just sit in the well and just launch ultimates.
Yeah, I think it's hard to underestimate or hard to overestimate how effective he's going to be in this next fight relative to the last one.
Mm-hmm. But that's what kind of one of the weaknesses of AA is like what has he done up till then?
Yeah,
like
not
his
much.
Seer's been almost entirely useless, I think. Like he doesn't stun anyone, he's no disable for Storm. And the draft was just really, really good by eHug this game. Like I really, really liked it.
Yep, they will do a 5-man smoke rotation now, moving through the Radiant Secret Shop. Scythe of Ice ready to go on the Storm. They've got all the tools that they need to make it happen. And hopefully, well, from their perspective, hoping to perhaps catch someone off guard in the jungle. And Liquid, they'll be a little bit too smart for it, but they don't have eyes on them. They don't know where eHug are at right now. They should be pretty wise to this potential strategy here of a 5-man smoke. They will turtle up in the base. They won't make this easy for them. If only they had a Radiant Ward in the base, that would make this a lot easier as well. And Cakes did survive, so he still has the gem in his inventory, also important to note.
Yep. Let's see. They're just sitting on their base now. They don't see anyone, so.
Yep. They'll play it safe, as they well should. But the Radiant will put some wards down. They get an Observer, one of those Mike Wazowski wards here on the high ground. And they'll just clear out the Dire jungle. So they know that Liquid are up against the ropes. They can kind of just slow starve them for now. But some big items have been picked up. Weaver will go BKB after the MKB. So that's interesting. Manta, Lincolns, and BKB.
He needs it. Like he can't even fight. He just gets disabled. And I mean the problem with the idea of getting the BKB is well, they still have Abyssal, they still have Lasso, they still have Fiend's Grip. I don't know, it was not a good Weaver game. Like that was a really bad pick. Like I'll say it. Like it was bad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's been obvious throughout this game. Jimmy's been playing pretty well, but there's only so much you can do. Once Back got that Force Staff, they've been using that to break the Lincolns. Then whether it's a Lasso or a Fiend's Grip or hell, we've even seen both used on him. If you can shut down that Weaver before he does any damage, it really neuters the power.
And they're entirely dependent on Nyx Assassin or Puck stopping the Fiend's Grip. Like they're all three of their other heroes are like they have 2 heroes with stuns and
yeah.
Or not even stuns, but interrupts. So.
Yep. And Weaver's their only one that can really deal with the Lifestealer pretty effectively. Again, he's got a lot of armor, and he's also got that 25% evasion. Weaver's the only one with a tool to deal with it. Puck working towards a Hex Stick, but still pretty far off the mark unless there's something hiding on the Courier. Nope, just an ultimate orb. So that last dieback from Puck really cutting into his life savings there. Looks like Jiggle will be working towards a Heart of Tarrasque, and oh, scratch that, he'll have a Heart of Tarrasque. This Lifestealer,
Wow.
woo, 3,400 hit points and just about 23 armor. He does not have buyback though, which is a little bit scary. So eHug may be a little bit more passive for the next few moments. Wait for that next Roche and also try and farm up buyback on their core heroes.
Necrobook picked up by Visage, which is kind of an interesting item choice. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. Maybe he can break a Lincoln's with the Mana Burn Creep.
Yeah, that would be good. Just having more units to try and finish off the structures. They're at that point where if push comes to shove, they can do that kind of YOLO, just get the racks. But I don't think they'll have to do that. A very quick Roshan respawn, though. 15 seconds of RNG after the default timer. So maybe not good for eHug. I think they would have liked a little bit more time to farm buyback on the Lifestealer, and now they'll have to deal with the Roche Pit. Already 1,000 gold back up on Jiggle. They'll scout out Roche with the Familiars. And
Storm might get solo kill up top on Puck.
Oh, Justin. Yeah, there you go. He hops forward. There's the sheep. And does he have the damage to finish off Bulba? There's the Yules. And nope, he'll zip back and avoid the silence. And well played by Bulba.
But the elaborate bait at the same time.
Yeah, look at that.
Time.
3 heroes rotate, and an A ult will fly into the pit though. And it will connect with all 3 of these heroes. I'm not sure if they want to commit to this here as Liquid starts to rotate over. This is a little bit scary. Storm isn't with him.
Firefly's over.
This could be trouble for eHug. Jiggle's in the pit, and he may get caught. His rage has been popped now. I'm a sheep taking some pretty heavy damage. They're going for the Puck. BKB pop for Demon as well. Who's going to be the first to fall here? It will be Jiggle Billy and I'm a sheep. Oh no. eHug throwing it away here. There will be a buyback from the Lifestealer. Bat Rider gets picked off as well. Now Liquid can secure Roche, and he is very low. What a big misplay from eHug. It looked like such a smart idea to try and bait with Storm.
This is it.
Dire's bottom tower
is the fight.
They'll go back in here, perhaps. Storm on the high ground. BKB popped. He'll zip into the pit, thinking Roshal's a little bit lower. It will fall to the Dire. Aegis does not get snatched. Goes the way of Slark. Jigglebilly back in the fight. Weaver will pick off the Storm. Jigglebilly going on to TC. Might be able to grab a kill here, but the rest of the team getting scraped up. This is bad.
This is really bad.
Liquid might have turned this one around. Is this going to be a dieback from Jigglebilly? No, there's the Abyssal out on Demon. Does he have the damage? The time lapse back. It just doesn't look like it. He'll be forced to infest. Puck very low at Pandago falls. Oh no, he's infested inside of one of the familiars. The familiar dies. Now Jiggle's in trouble. He's got no TP. He's got no rage. Or pardon me, he does have a rage, but to what avail? He'll just have to go man mode. Actually doing some pretty serious damage to Koikva here. Just not enough.
Unreal.
Wow. So, buyback status, Jigglebilly on cooldown, as is Cakes here on the Bat Rider. Pandago on Bane does have one available, and Storm Spirit is 15 gold short, so he'll have a buyback coming up in maybe 10 seconds or so. So maybe a chance that they can make a hold. Still, very unfortunate.
Just happened. They were going to win.
Yeah, they had this game. You just can't commit to the Roche. I feel like they underestimated how effective the Ancient Apparition ult is. And knowing that Storm wasn't there, you can't commit to that. If Storm had Boots of Travel or something, TP to Visage Familiars, did something cheeky right there to make that a 5v5 in the Roche pit, maybe they could have contested, but without Storm, you just can't do it. That's a sheep now up on this puck as well.
They lost, man.
They lost. It's not over till it's over, Peter.
Alright, I'll give it. Next team fight.
It's looking very grim, though. Glyph comes out. Justin zips forward, and he'll get sent back to the well there. How did he do that?
He ported while zipping.
Oh, okay. I just saw him scoot out.
Yeah.
So the Glyph will buy them some time. Jiggle's still down for another 30 seconds. And, I don't know, maybe they can make a hold. Liquid will try to do a little bit of split pushing. Demon goes towards the top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they zip forward. He does get sheep, but he'll survive for now. Liquid still not doing that crippling damage. eHug are doing a good job just biding their time, waiting for Lifesteal to come back up, and he'll be up in 10 seconds, so it's not over yet.
They're going to back up and then try and get a pick with these brand new items they got.
Yeah. Yeah, Demon is pretty huge now as well. He's got himself a Daedalus, I think, coming on the courier. Yes, he does. So now this Weaver, he's at critical mass now.
That was insane throw. I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, this
I
was
feel so bad, man.
Completely eHug's game to throw away. Roche is just too tempting, I guess, at the 40-minute mark. I don't know. I'm not sure either.
I would be very emotional if I was eHug right now.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall inside of their team house.
Oh man, team house too. Oh no.
Ancient Apparition ulti flies, connects with Jigglebilly, but he will rage and scoot back to safety. I don't know, based on, I thought eHug were going to take this game, and they kind of threw it away. I don't know. I mean, Liquid, they're not immune to throws either. So
yeah, that's true. It's still a game. You never know.
We still got a game on our hands. This has just been a weird match in general. Only 40 kills in 47 minutes. It was so passive early on. We've seen some pretty chaotic team fights. But now, things are just getting interesting. Scotty, as well as Butterfly, out on the Slark. Smoke from Liquid.
Is that recovery Midas? Changed the game. Oh no, I'm a sheep sucks. Watch out, dude.
Oh no, he's gonna walk right into it. Oh no, Visage. He's in big trouble. Cakes, he'll get a lasso, but he'll force staff into the rest of the team. He's got the BKB on, still all alive. But I'm a sheep, he'll commit here. Justin, he'll get sheeped as well. First to go down will be Visage. AA ultimate doing a lot of damage. Lifestealer comes in, finishes off the puck, but they get the kill on Storm. Storm buys back, now Nyx falls. And down goes the Bane. Still not a bad fight. It was a 3-for-2 with the Storm buyback. eHug still have a chance.
Kicks backing up though.
Regeneration.
Yeah, smart choice from Liquid. I almost said HyperX from Team Liquid there. They will back out. Kind of a wasted buyback from Justin. Maybe a bit too preemptive. Jigglebilly is still ridiculous though. I mean, Demon is now like 6k gold ahead of him, but Jigglebilly's itemization is just really strong. With that Abyssal Blade, he can cut through the BKBs, and whoever he decides to lock down, man, that target is dead.
I think he sold his halberd.
Oh, you're right. What's he going for? What's the last big ticket item for Lifestealer here?
He needs. I mean, he sells Midas. He can get rid of, but he needs MKB.
Yeah. I guess MKB would be pretty solid. Just raw damage at this point.
Yeah. I can't believe he sold us. I think maybe he sold us Albert for the Aegis or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he sold it. I wasn't looking at his inventory.
Oh well. If Liquid throws this, I'm gonna laugh hysterically, I think.
If Liquid throws this, I am going to
Although
probably pull out of that So Jimmy highlight, I think.
Oh, come on.
I think Jimmy's played pretty well this game, except
He's
for that. He's played well.
He's played well. Just no, I like Jimmy. He's a funny guy, but he's one of those guys. He can dish it out, but he can also take it.
That's good.
Most of the time, at least. Oh,
so what is the play here? Who's waiting for what, and who's making the move?
Well, the Aegis will despawn out of Slark's inventory, so that's actually a victory for eHug. Well, look at this Roche timer, and still a little ways before the default timer expires. It could move to third Roche, and that could be the team fight that decides it. You never know. Neither team seems too eager to be aggressive here. And
yes.
Actually, BOT's come out on Demon. He's hit critical mass at this point. He's pretty much 6-slotted. Well, he's 6-slotted. I guess he could maybe, like, I don't know what he would sell. I guess you could sell the Manta for something that does a bit more damage. Sell Manta for Daedalus.
Yeah, he already has Daedalus, but
I mean Desolator rather. Sorry.
Desolator's not like the best late game item. I'm not sure. I think he should just save his gold, have that buyback, time lapse back in.
Right.
And,
right, yeah.
So I think he had Boots of Travel, but he sold them because he's like, oh, I need buyback, guys.
Classic Jimmy. Oh, this guy. So, I still want to know what Lifestealer is going to do with all this gold. He's got about 4.5k in savings. So whatever he wants to pick up, he can grab it pretty soon. There's the BOTs coming out for Weaver, and when he sells those, he'll have plenty of gold for buyback. What a game, though. Storm?
Yeah, it's definitely playoff quality.
Playoff quality, yeah. Good way to put it. BOT's up on the Bat Rider. Not too much else to report. Everything else looking pretty solid. That Necro book didn't seem to have too big of an impact in that last fight.
Oh yeah, that was all. I mean, I didn't want to flame it because they were winning, but that was a really bad item choice. Like, should just be going like a Shiva's guard or something.
Yeah, I mean, even you can still win with bad item choices. So even if they won, you can still flame the level 1 Necro book at 45 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yes, this really I think Slark is the big outlier here. He's been he's made such a big recovery.
It's just.
I mean, he's like scary now with the Scotty Butterfly. He's hard to kill, and he can actually do some damage.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, whereas before, like until Koikva really started to come online, he just wasn't doing much. He wasn't doing much damage.
When they were at the point where they were able to end the game and win, he had Treads, Manta, and a Midas, and one Ultimate Orb.
Yep.
And now finishes Scotty, finishes Butterfly. Probably gonna get who knows what next? Maybe a Basher or. I don't know, but he's so farmed, and he's a real threat now, and they have all these single target stuns that they wanted to throw on the Weaver and the Puck, but now they have to worry about the Slark as well.
Yep, smoke coming out from eHug, and they will press forward. Jiggle Billy still hasn't made another item pickup, sitting on 5,000 of savings. And looks like they want to be a little more aggressive here. Roche is coming up in just about 30 seconds or so. Yep, 25 seconds. This is an interesting play from eHug. Smoking towards this top lane. They know there's a glyph available, so they can't overcommit here and just focus the racks. I think that will be their demise. They need to be pretty cautious about how they do this.
Let's go buyback. Everyone pretty much, almost everyone on Liquid is buyback except for Puck.
Yeah. Storm is the only one with his buyback still on cooldown. Another 45 seconds. They might be well advised just to wait for that cooldown. I mean, he's got enough gold that he should be able to buy back.
He's a little short, I think. I'm not sure how much. I mean, all of his gold's unreliable, so I'm not sure how much he's going to lose from it.
I'm over here.
Yep. Zap. Ooh. Held it back. Okay, there's the MKB on Lifestealer that you were talking about. So he will just go raw damage, and boy, does he hit hard now.
Oh yeah, if he can, I mean, if he can get on someone, they'll die. But that's gonna be the hard part. It's not getting carried around with all these items on Liquid now.
Damn, chat's really upset that I fired some shots at Jimmy. Jesus. Like, how dare you insult the good name of Demon?
He never throws. Why would you say that?
Calm down. I've hung out with Demon in real life a couple of times now. I feel like I know him well enough that I can fire some shots. He was calling me out in chat last game, dishing it out, you know. But anyway, Roche is respawned. Liquid moving into the pit, and this is cheese. I think they'll get it. eHug are just not in a position to contest, and at this point, Roche just melts. So there you go.
So Demon sold his Mantha now, so he's gonna get the Aegis. Okay.
And cheese goes the way of Slark.
Slark's gonna sell his Midas, I believe, and pick up.
Wow. This Slark is getting stacked, dude. 5,000 gold. I don't know what's next for him, though. An MKB, maybe? Just for more damage?
I mean, Lifesteal sold his Halberd, so I'm not sure if he needs it. And MKB is good. But Slark's kind of like an interesting hero. Like, he depends on, like, attack speed a lot. I think maybe an Assault Cuirass would be really good.
Yeah, actually, that is definitely one thing Liquid are lacking. They don't have an AC. Good call.
Oh, Basher. Okay. That's good, too. That's stuns through Lifesteal through his Rage, so.
Yeah. And he might be able to make it in Abyssal. Based on the pace of this game, it's going to be a while before we see a fight. 55 minutes in, 22 to 23.
Who's got a smoke? Let's see a fight. Who's got smoke? 3 minutes on Liquids, and... Oh, wait. I don't know whose smoke cooldown that is. It's the same one for me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Everyone's just content to sit in their base and farm.
It's just going to come down to that one big fight, and there's only so much else to report on here. This is one of these games where there's a lot on the line, so both teams are just waiting for the other team to make the mistake that they can punish them for. But when both teams are waiting for the other team to make a mistake, you end up with this. Everybody just sitting in their own base, waiting.
It's just the game where you're like Storm Spirit and Bane, you're just like, why didn't I go Midas?
Yeah.
I needed a Midas.
Yep.
Well, there's still hope for eHug, I believe, if they lose this. CNB, is a pretty capable team. They did beat Liquid in the group stages, so maybe they'll...
Yep. That was a different Liquid, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
That was a fluff drafting Liquid. Not that it was particularly bad, but they were just not in a good state during that game. But you're right, it will be
as opposed to the good state they're in now, or...
Well, I don't know. I mean, Jimmy's pretty strong. I think they've been looking pretty good. A little bit better than they were right after the Blog Boys incident.
The incident, huh?
Incident. Well, what's a better word for it? Drama?
I don't know. The disaster.
The team throw? Yeah. I don't know. That whole thing. What was your take on that thing, Peter? Do you think Fluff was just crazy off his rocker, or what was your take?
Wow. I mean, I'd rather not comment.
All right. Fair enough. I'm just trying to make small talk here while we watch these teams farm, to be frank.
I understand, but
no worries. Invisibility rune up on Puck, and a Vendetta on Nyx. Maybe this is the window that they were looking for. Cakes. He'll get scattered out. Oh, there's that stun coming from the Spike Carapace. Cakes is in trouble. Cakes is dead. That's their gem. Going the way of Liquid. They'll just leave it on the ground. They don't even want it. Keep your gem.
Oh no. TC has Demon's Mantha in his inventory for when Demon dies. Alright, so Demon's gonna die, and then he's gonna respawn, then he's gonna die again, he's gonna buy back. And that's when is TC gonna transfer it mid-fight?
Hand over the Manta. Item swaps. That's pretty next level. Maybe they'll do it.
I mean, TC's gonna need a blink if he wants to get a quick delivery.
Yeah.
Wow. Free Manta.
And let's see, Koikva, he did grab himself the Abyssal Blade, and, well, now Visage got himself a level 3 Necro Book. He committed to it. Justin. Whoa, he'll pour it out, but just barely as TC is inbound. 8,000 gold on the Weaver. Nothing to do.
Let's see, what's the BKB charge at? 8 seconds?
Barely even worth rebuying at this point.
Under attack.
Yeah, but if you got the gold,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
2
nice.
seconds could be all the difference.
It's true. Ghost Scepter out on Bane. Hmm. No, nothing else.
This game is just, just drug on.
Should I go AFK, make some coffee, and then come back? This is like
No. I think it's coming to a close here pretty soon.
it's heating up. We're almost at that time. I mean, I keep
Yeah,
opening the
everyone
gold
on Liquid
craft.
is buyback except for
Yeah.
Way 2.
Okay.
But he's gonna stay in the back anyways, and I think it's go time. You got 500 CS on the Weaver. I think they farmed enough.
Yeah. I can't imagine what else they'd be waiting for, other than just eHug to make some silly misstep out of the base. The big difference here is the buyback scenario. eHug do have buybacks on the heroes that matter, the Lifestealer, as well as the Storm Spirit, but Bat Rider, Bane, and Visage all have are lacking the money for buyback. And here we go. Pandago gets initiated on. Cakes, BKB on. And Pandago will be the first to fall, but Nyx gets picked off shortly after by Jigglebilly. He's in the middle of the fight. He's doing a lot of damage. Cakes will lasso somebody back. And there's the Aegis proc. Bulba right in the middle of the fray as well. He's in some trouble. He will do the Panic Puck phase shift. He gets picked off. eHug will make a hold right here. Demon comes back from the Aegis. They'll finish off Way 2. Now they zip back in. They want Koikva. They won't find him. Buyback coming out from Storm as well. Gems on the ground. Buybacks aplenty. So who bought back there? Storm, Puck, and the Nyx. Nice hold from eHug.
It's just how it goes, man. Let's just take a break for 10 minutes, get another Roshan, and be ready to fight again.
That would have, yeah, if Demon didn't have the Aegis right there, that would have been a much different fight. Like eHug would have taken that handily.
Yeah, they're totally outdrafted, but I mean, eHug through.
I think eHug need this next Roche. But oh, here we go. They'll smoke up. Now
Oh,
they
they
do
got to
have
smoke.
some buyback advantage. Jigglebilly. The problem right now is Jigglebilly doesn't have BOT, so even if he buys back, he won't be able to get back into the fight if they take it to Liquid.
He can buy back and buy BOTs though.
Yeah, that's true. He does have enough gold for it.
Demon has 10k, or almost 10k.
Yep,
Something's got to go. What item's got to go? It's got to be the mantle, right?
I think so. I mean,
Get an AC. They need an AC.
is it maybe worth just dropping the Lincolns? I mean, they have enough tools to proc it anyway. I mean, Cakes' whole thing is force staff break the Lincolns.
I see your point, but I just don't know. I mean that Lincoln has probably saved his life 5 times and we haven't noticed it.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Divine.
Divine Rapier out for Demon. They're
Oh,
hungry. Things just got even more interesting. And
All
Roche
right.
isn't up for at least another minute, pending how long the timer is. This is a risky time to grab the Rapier.
I mean, I can handle the Divine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I guess maybe they just want to end it before the next Roche, but doesn't it seem to make more sense just to wait, be a little passive for the next 2 minutes or so, wait for the Roche, and then I guess he doesn't have an inventory slot for the Aegis anyway, but
I think their best play was to just throw Manta illusions at the towers, and not engage. But we shall see. Quickfoot is now finally going for that AC, I believe. Oh, wait, is this it? No.
a ult will miss, and Lifestealer, is he going for a Lincoln's now? He's got himself a Perseverance, just casual, hanging out.
Here I am.
Yeah, he's probably going Lincolns.
Not a bad choice here.
It's okay. He has all the damage he needs, so.
And Roche will be respawning just about 30 seconds, so another very quick timer.
He has the birds in position, so that's good. Check out, see what's going on.
Those pesky birds.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, this game. 62 minutes, 25 to 26. Still a pretty much complete stalemate. All right, mid lane. You know, I almost forgot that eHug have a lane of racks down. At this point, that one lane of racks is pretty much meaningless.
Well, yeah, especially because it's mid racks. Like if it was top racks, it'd be so much more different. Like mid lane is the easiest one to get pushed out, and the top lane is the worst one to lose. Is the path is just so long.
Whoa, it's a refresher, not a Lincoln's.
What a player! Dude.
Very interesting.
I mean, that's a stupid item choice. Here we
Oh,
go.
here we go. Justin gets caught. He'll get initiated on. He's in trouble. He's the one without buyback here. And he will be the first to fall. Demon pops his BKB. Jigglebilly taking a lot of damage. He will be forced to infest. Demon taking a lot of damage as well. The Lincolns will pop something.
He's dead.
Rapier's on the ground. Who's going to pick it up? That's the buyback from Demon. He'll time-lapse back in. I'm not sure who's picked it up here.
Ancient Apparition has it.
But Lifestealer does get picked off. Koikva does a lot of damage. He'll finish off the Bat Rider. Sark finishes off on a Sheep as well. This could be the end. Buyback scenario for our Radiant side. Negligible. They've got nothing. I think Liquid just did it.
Liquid's doing it.
They're doing it. Rapier back on the Weaver. Wow. Buyback from the Visage. But, yeah, Jiggle Billy, wow, he's 200 gold short. If only he didn't buy that refresher. I don't think he'd be able to hold by himself anyway, but... Oh, man. That refresher just didn't really help much there.
I mean, Jiggle Billy goes refresher on like a ton of carries. Like, I've seen the Skeleton King refresher. And now I've seen the Nyax refresher.
Oh boy, so they will just start picking apart the base. Top lane of Rax, mid lane of Rax will fall. eHug, they are not eager to tap out though. They'll hang in there a little while longer, and I think it's all over though. There's just nothing they can do.
Well, they got 30 seconds on Lifestealer, so they can somehow make it there without losing all of their creeps. Maybe they have a chance.
Liquid have a lot of low health heroes. Pandago will get initiated on, uses the Ghost Scepter, but he'll take an Impale and an Ancient Apparition ult. They hop forward and finish off on a Sheep as well. There's a lasso onto the
Take him to the fountain.
And he won't be able to make him back to the fountain, but this is going to be Mega Creeps coming out. And Cakes, yeah, he'll fall. He gets Sheep. Koikva finishes him off once again. Wow, there's the GG. Pandago taps out. So after 65 minutes of gameplay, eHug, this really was their game to throw. It didn't look like it if you tuned in for the second half of that game, but they were in command. They had pretty early racks. They threw in that Roche pit on second Roche. And Liquid slowly but surely turned it around. The Rapier from Demon proved successful.
Yep, I mean, it was a really, really good game. Couldn't ask for much more. And we'll just see if Liquid's able to finish it off against CNB next game.
Yeah, so that's what it'll come down to. Now, if Liquid... Let's think about how this group stage will work. If Liquid takes out CNB in this next match, then Liquid is the team that will move on to the top 4. And if CNB beats Liquid, then we have a 3-way tie. Everybody beat everybody once. And that means we'll have more matches tomorrow, and I'll have to double-check with Starladder admins exactly what happens in that scenario. So we've got at least one more game coming up today, guys. I'm Zyori. Joining me remotely is PPD from Team Evil Geniuses, and you're sticking around for the next game, right?
I will see if Liquid can finish it off.
Okay. All right. Very good. So we'll have a quick break here, guys. The next match is scheduled to start a long time ago. That was a super long game. So we'll have a short break here. Next match will be coming up in a jiff.